Welcome back to Poetry and Police. Yes, big up to my loyal subscribers. Big up to the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the law-abiding, hard-working police officers in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Me have to big up, shout out to all the good law-abiding citizens in Jamaica. The people who have their own opinions and people who are not just bandwagonists and follow everything that they see and hear. Understand me? And I'm going to make this thing clear. I don't want any criminals on my channel. If you're a criminal, stay off my channel. I don't have any room for you around here. Understand me? I don't support criminal enablers, and I do not support criminals, and I don't support wrongdoings of any kind by police or civilians, by anybody whatsoever. Understand me? Now, with that being said, just subscribe and share. Right? Subscribe to the channel, click that bell and share. It doesn't cost you anything. See? All right. So, the topic, the Kangaroo trial and conviction of Chucky Brown, police officer Chucky Brown, a police officer who should have been hailed as a hero for taking out terrorists out of the Jamaican society. And you see, Chucky Brown trial was on social media and it was in the newspapers. But what Jamaican people seem to not understand is that one of the greatest mediums for hypocrisy and rumors is the newspapers or the news. You see, you need to understand this, people, that anybody that has money can use these entities to spread rumors and spread negativity, because the newspapers help to convince the people, works on the people's mind through your eyes to convince you to believe in things that does not exist or believe in things that goes a different way. So people will use the narrative from these media houses to end somebody's career or end somebody's life technically. And this was one of the cases with Chucky Brown. In the case of Chucky Brown, and when I say Chucky Brown case was a kangaroo case, it was a kangaroo case in every aspect of it. The fact of the matter is that in Jamaica, the law says that everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Now, Chucky Brown's conviction was written in gold before his trial even started. And people, if you don't believe me, check out the trial, the dialogue of the trial. Check out the dialogue of the case in the Chucky Brown's incident. But I am going to give you my opinion from a police perspective of the incident, of the issue that we are discussing today. First of all, they classified the team that Chucky was working with like as a death squad. Now, they say death squad. What is the meaning of squad? A squad is more than one person. If you have a squad of policemen, that means that there's not one policeman on that squad. There's probably 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 policemen on that policemen on that team or women on that team. So ask yourself the question. So out of this so-called death squad, only one man is charged and convicted? That is the first question I want you to answer people. Why? Where are the other men of the squad? That is the question that I am asking you people. Where are the other men of the squad? Now, Chucky was convicted of multiple murders. So, and the question that I was asking, so you are saying, the court was saying, as a result of Chucky's conviction, the court is saying that Chucky was acting by himself. That Chucky took it upon himself to become a rogue police officer and went on a murder spree, taking out how much people all by himself. No, I know that police officers will agree with me that no team in Jamaica, no squad in Jamaica can farm by no constable. And for your information, to the lay persons listening to this, Chucky Brown was a constable. I will repeat this, Chucky Brown was a Constable. So you are telling me that a constable put together a death squad. A constable, put together a death squad. And a constable supervised this whole death squad. A constable get vehicle for himself, get weapons, all of these things put together and went on operation without the knowledge, without the prior or after knowledge of people in supervision. Is that Jamaica? I wonder if you are following the argument. The courts of Jamaica, the Idecom plus the courts of Jamaica, was alleging that Chucky Brown acted by himself and that Chucky Brown was Chucky Brown had no supervisors and that he was supervising supervising himself, or most himself, because there was nobody else on the team with him by himself. So you're telling me that a police officer went rogue, carrying out operation all by himself. One man army, one man, what a man bad, what a man great. Then Jamaican people, if one police can take out so much gunmen all by himself, then we don't need the commissioner don't need to recruit anybody else. If you can find one police officer so good, so great. Chucky Brown was such a prolific police officer that he was running a death squad, a one-man death squad, and went around and killed numerous gunmen, of which he was charged for about 3-4 murders for gunmen. Murders, not fatal shooting, murders. Alright. That is what the court made the Jamaican people to believe, and Idecom made the Jamaican people to believe that Chucky Brown was. And I will ask you again, can a rhetorical question this, people? Can any operation carried out in any division without the knowledge of senior officers? You think that a death squad in a Jamaica Constables could have been formed without the knowledge of senior officers if there was a death squad? If there was a death squad. I'm not saying there was. I'm saying if there was a death squad. And it is alleged, it must be alleged, because that Chucky Brown was working all by himself. He went rogue. So he was the only one convicted of a crime. Now, people, I have to laugh, really, really laugh, because an ex-detective, corporal of police, now supervisor, My constable, them underneath my command, can't do nothing without I knowing. And they can't do nothing without my permission either, if they are working underneath my supervision. And when I was running a squad on the street, my police, them can't do nothing like that. Them can't go rogue for me like that as a supervisor. I mean, control all movements because I am the supervisor. I remember one time I had an argument with one of my juniors about firing shots that was not relevant. And he wanted to tell me that I can't tell him when to bust him guns, but I pointed out to this policeman clearly and straight up. Now listen, me brother. Me if tell you when to bust your gun if I saw you, if that is what you want, because I am in charge of you. Jamaican people. Nothing can go on in the Jamaica Constabulary Force like what they accused Chucky Brown of without the knowledge and the input of senior officers. So what we have is some shifters and people who made certain directions and then they back out as if they did not. And Chucky Brown was left by himself even though he was working on a team with other policemen. The question that I want to ask is, where are the others? Why was nobody else charged but Chucky Brown, people? I want to look at this clearly, You must take the Jamaican people for fool. That you take a police officer who's supposed to be hailed as a hero off the street for taking out various gunmen. and you turn the system against this police officer, and you hand him over to Idecom with certain information and instructions how to proceed with his case. And the judge was also informed to carry out his conviction in a certain direction. You understand? Guys, people, that has to be the case. Because there was no evidence to convict Chucky Brown, people. Now, let us talk about evidence. Evidence we are talking about. There was no evidence to convict Chucky Brown. The witnesses in Chucky Brown cases was all telling lies. A witness in the case, if you want, I am going to send you the link so you can click on the link and read the evidence in the case. The witness in the case indicated clearly, people of Jamaica, members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, if I saw we treat our own, then how on earth will the Jamaican people have any confidence and belief in the police department? If we can treat our own like that. The witness in the case clearly stated that he was paid $150,000, people. I will repeat this. The witness in Chucky Brown's case, one of the witnesses in Chucky Brown case, who was a criminal taken out of prison and set free, that was part of the deal to sink Chucky Brown. The criminal witness, who was a convicted gunman, was released from prison and used as a witness and paid off $150,000. In cross-examination by Chucky Brown's attorney, the witness clearly stated that he was paid $150,000. So, I will ask this question. Because the judge in this case obviously was corrupt. And the judge in this case, how can you allow a witness's testimony after the witness has been corrupted? The witness admitted to be paid $150,000. So why was that witness's statement even admissible after he was paid all of that money? And the situation worsens, people, in where the witness himself could not read or write, and that the witness under testimony revealed that he only signed one page of the statement and that the other signatures on the statement was not his. Because there was not one statement by the one witness, there was more than one statement. There was additional statements not signed by the witness. So this is the danger, people. And this happened in a case against me where the witness could not read or write. So police officers manufactured a statement the way they wanted the statement to be manufactured. Police officers put information in the statement that the witness did not even give to them. And they gave the witness a statement to read, knowing that the witness could not read or write. So all he had to do was put an X beside the statement. That is what police officers did in my case. Then can you imagine what they did to Chucky Brown? A witness who cannot read or write need to have a neutral person there to say, this is what is in the statement. This is what is in the statement. He needs to have a family member there to read the statement to him. Somebody that he can trust. You cannot collect a statement from a man who cannot read or write. Because you can read anything to him and he believes that is what is in the statement. And that is what happened in my case, where the witness did not know what was in his statement. He gave a story to the police that did not have me complicit in a crime. That did not have me committing any offense against him. But the good criminal police officers, them who were collecting the statement, chose to put a narrative in the statement that was not the man's story. Because the man could not read or write, he signed the statement. Understand, people? The man couldn't read or write, he signed the statement. And I will say this to you, people, that based off my experience in the job, I was chastised as an idiot at one point in my career because I was given a statement to collect from a witness. And after I collected this statement, and I gave the statement to whosoever the statement was to go to, and they read the statement, they were not in agreement with how I collected the statement. And I was trying to explain to them that this is a statement of the witness. The statement is not my statement, it's a statement of the witness. And I was classified as an idiot. And I did not know what I was doing. All because I collected the statement of the witness and the statement was not mine. So what they wanted me to do is put information in the statement that the witness did not put in the statement. And upon reading the statement, the witness agrees to everything. I could not put in the statement what the witness did not say. What if they understand me? I said clearly. This is what you need to understand, people. That you see when police are try sink you, trust me, they will make statement that they will make statement about incident that did not exist and places that did not exist. And if they find a witness that cannot read and write now, let me tell you something now, that is where they kill you. Because they will concoct a story in a statement for the witness, knowing that the witness cannot read or write, and the witness will just listen to what they say. Or sometimes they not even read the story back to the witness. They just push it to the witness for the witness to sign it. Jamaica, that is what happened to the great Chucky Brown. That a witness was given a statement to sign, pre-prepared by police officers. And this statement, along with other evidence, concocted, was served on a platter to Idecom. Now, those criminals at Idecom who gets a hard on, whose heart beat faster knowing that they're put in a position to finally convict a police for an offense, did not stop at anything, even though it was false information they were getting, even though it was concocted evidence they were getting, did not care about the policeman in question. They did not care about any justice for the policeman. All they cared about was getting a conviction of a policeman. And we know that Idecom has nothing but idiots, and they're not even good investigators at Idecom. So they were given a gift, early Christmas gift. A file filled with statements concocted by police officers, signed by witnesses who did not even know what was in the statements. So when the witnesses came for trial, the witnesses was saying something different from what was in their statements. And when the questions were asked of the witnesses, was this your statement? And the witness says yes. Then, did you say these things in your statements? The witness was saying no. So you see, people. And even so, even when those informations and the cross-examination of the witness was brought to the attention, matter of fact, it did not have to be brought to the attention of the judge, because the judge was in court when all of that was taking place. And even though the witnesses were saying something different from what was in their statements, and the witnesses were admitting to the fact that they did not say that, or they signed a statement that was given to them, instead of having a mistrial or throw out the matter, the judge convicted a hard-working police officer. And then the media comes in now to spread propaganda, to spread rumors and spread stories to help with the conviction of Chucky Brown. So the system used everybody to sink Chucky Brown as deep as they could, because there must be some truth to Chucky Brown that Chucky Brown must want to say that the authorities did not want to hear him say. And I will ask you the question again, my people. Are the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force? I will ask this question. Can a constable run a squad? Can a constable be in charge of giving instruction to more than one or two, to 1, 2, 3, 4 people? Can a constable go by himself in this organization in Jamaica Constabulary Force? Can a constable get vehicles and weapons and things and be carrying out operations after operation in a division? I want you to answer those questions. And the other question I'm going to ask is should a constable account to senior officers as a senior officer, corporal, a sergeant, or inspector above his rank for his actions? That is the other question. So on that basis, are we saying that nobody had any knowledge of the work that Chucky Brown was doing? Nobody has knowledge of the operations that Chucky Brown was running in the Clarendon Department, Police Department? Are we saying that nobody knew what Chucky Brown was doing? Are we saying that nobody was responsible for supervision of Chucky Brown? Is that what we are saying? And this is what needs to happen in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. This is what needs to start happening. Is that when a team of police goes out, team of say 20, 25, 30 police goes out, and if a policeman on that team shoots somebody and he comes to where it is stated that the shooting was not justifiable and people are to be charged, I believe that anybody who was in charge of that team, that operation, should be also charged. It's either you charge that is either that senior officer, whether he's a sergeant or inspector, DSP or SSP, whosoever is in charge of that team should be also charged. And if you're not charged, you should be charged for failure to supervise then. One of those. Because as a senior officer, when you go on the street with men, you are in charge of these men and you are responsible for every single action of each one of those members, and you should be made to account. But not in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Senior officers have always slipped through the crack. Whenever they lead a team out there and something bad happen, you will see the constable alone charge, the corporal or the sergeant charge. Sometimes not even the inspector. It's always the lower rank. It's always somebody they can just throw to Idecom and say mash him up. Make an example of time. We'll give you him as a gift. Shifters. Understand? Shifters. They just shift it to blame. And a little man will not have no control over the situation whatsoever. And a little man will can't control the part, cannot lead himself. That is what they do. And there's many cases like that happening in Jamaica over the years. There's a whole lot of Chucky Browns in Jamaica. And everybody can remember that incident in Manchester where the mad people were removed from the streets in Manchester by truck loads and dumped somewhere else. And in all that incident, a woman constable was charged. Yes, people, a woman constable. Again, a person who has no control over men, who cannot create any type of supervision whatsoever. A person who did not have the power to manipulate, to get so much trucks into place to move these street people. Yet, a constable was charged. And that woman constable in the old Manchester mad people incident was a scapegoat. It was a scapegoat, and Chucky Brown was also a scapegoat. But you see the thing about the Manchester incident, the case extended long after years. Everybody lost interest in that case. And I knew eventually she won the case and she was back at work. But the thing about it, people, Chucky's case was different. Is that they feel that Chucky Brown may have had more to say. So they ensured that he was buried. So senior members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force made sure that Chucky Brown was buried with the use of Idecom. Because Idecom relish in destroying police officers' lives. Idecom relished the fact that they can finally convict a policeman for murder. And that is the case of Chucky Brown, people. So don't be excited about the uproar over the news. Don't be excited about what you see on public social media about Chucky Brown. Because those are not the fact. Those are the stories to divert you from the fact. Stories that make you think about them and not what really happened in the Chucky Brown case. And as Jamaicans, now it's time for us to open our eyes and our ears, and we are to see who is tricking us and who is misleading us. And as members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, you have to be careful around these senior officers, because they will shift on you, because they will never ever take the blame for anything. They will never take the blame for their incapability to supervise. I am telling you that. Because they have more big friend than you. Them can call a politician, them can call a senior officer, them can't even call a commissioner. You understand me? When you as a little constable or a corporal, who can you call? When judgment attack you, or just your family, them alone you can call. You're not even got friends at that time, call your friends gone too. You understand me, police officers? All your friends gone too. Now, the members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, you have to open your eyes, and we need to support our members, and we need to support our members, and we can't just jump and follow rumors as everything we hear, because we are an organization we're supposed to base things off of proof or evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt. But yet, as soon as we hear a little story about our squaddy, we take it and run with it, we swallow it and full up our belly and run with it. As if we are not an organization who's supposed to base things off of proof. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force and members of the public, my subscribers, people who are my listeners, learn this and know this, that Chucky Brown's case, a concocted case, a kangaroo court, is one of the greatest miscarriage of justice that exists in the Jamaican judicial system right now. What did I say, people? That the conviction of Chucky Brown is the most corrupted miscarriage of justice that exists in Jamaica today. And are we going to sit aside and allow this to happen in Jamaica? The Jamaica that we love and care about. Are we going to allow people to just treat our citizens like this, including police officers? Justice should not cost anything in our country. Justice is supposed to be free. Justice is not only for the rich. And all conviction should be based off of real and true evidence and not concocted evidence and not stories on the media and in the news. Because most of the time, people are convicted in the news before they're convicted in court. And that is what we as Jamaicans need to avoid. Especially as police officers.